was the last one? Fuck.
Wonder Woman.
Get it? I'll drop it in your mouth like a bird. I'm like,
You're like,
it's just so good, bro. Why is everything that is delicious always bad for you or illegal?
illegal? Like, what? What are you talking about? You're talking about porn?
Excuse me? What is up, you guys? Welcome to CharroBeans podcast.
You fucking bitch.
What?
That reminded me of you posting that. No te reclamé, right?
No.
For that video you posted of me eating the frijoles charros. I look like I've never eaten in my whole life, dude.
Dude, you were enjoying the shit out of them.
No, I wasn't.
You were.
It's because Arturo was like, Sale, like, we gotta play. And I'm like, well, I don't want to leave this.
Hang on, we gotta explain real quick. Okay, so he's talking about a video. If you follow at CharroBeans podcast on Instagram, we went to this gig and he was eating the shit out of some fucking charro beans. So, like, since he was eating them so fast, I tended to record because it was so funny. And then I put our little faces on the beans. So I was like, this motherfucker eating us, bro. But you were eating them hard, dude. You were like,
I was because we had to play.
yeah, but did you have to go that hard?
Yeah, because we had to play.
But I mean,
Y me los acabé. I was just like in chinga, like eating the beans and the carne, which had no freaking flavor.
yeah.
No tiene sal. I'm just like,
Yeah, dude. That's what sucks about some. It sucks because okay, so we're talking about this gig we went to and they gave us food, right? But like, it sucks when the food doesn't hit. You know what I mean? Like they'll get like it's free food and we're super grateful. You know, the people are like, oh yeah, pues, you know, coman, and sometimes they don't let you like leave until you eat. So like when you eat, but sometimes it just doesn't hit. Like for example, that one that we ate, the carne didn't taste like anything.
yeah.
It was like what's on the menu? Meat. Is there salt and pepper? No, it's just meat. It's just, but it was like they had some red shit on there. It was like it was some sort of spice. It was like un chile rojo or something like that. But I don't know what kind of chile that was because you couldn't taste shit.
But I was just eating them in a hurry because we had to go play, and I'm like, I'm not gonna leave this here.
Yeah.
I'm like, fui muy pobre para dejar comida, so I was just like,
Yeah, exactly.
And then I saw that, I'm like, like,
Are you you're not a very picky eater.
No, I'll eat anything.
Right, you're pretty much
Except for kale and like blue cheese, like the two things. The rest
you have
I'll
a
eat.
list and it's only those two things.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kale and blue cheese. Well,
Remember
blue
there was
cheese
a
tastes
time-
like shit.
Remember there was a time in an asparagus soup.
You don't like asparagus?
I'll gag on that thing, dude. Like sometimes.
Excuse me.
I did it to myself.
No, but you never had it like I mean, I'm not one to eat vegetables, you know what I mean? But I've had asparagus. It's pretty good. It's not
Asparagus,
it's nice
and
steamed.
yeah, steamed or like grilled or whatever. Like it'll be good. But on soup, I don't know why.
Why would you? That's like why would you
tried it
eat
at
that
some
hot
restaurant.
like that?
I tried it in some restaurant and I was just like, "Whoop." And
That's gross.
And then my mom made it one time, and like it's not 'cause like she cooks bad or anything. It's just the texture of the asparagus. You know what I mean? Well, you haven't had it. Like, I don't recommend.
Oh,
it.
not in a soup.
I don't recommend it.
I've never
Yeah,
once
like
craved it.
like the way it comes, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But when you make it in soup, for me, I don't know why. Like the texture or something like that. Like, man, like I want huevo. Like if you serve it to me, like if you serve anything to me, like I'm not gonna like leave it there. Like I'll eat it. But like muy a huevo with the asparagus soup. Like I remember at the restaurant on the last like scoop, I was just like let me lo chingue, but I was just like,
That's not good. So you just eat through the pain?
yeah.
That's very humble of you.
I'm not gonna leave it.
I will straight up leave it. Like no offense, but like full offense. Why'd you give me this? Like if you know it doesn't taste good, why'd you give it
Well,
to
I
me?
mean, asparagus are good in general.
They're good for you.
I thought in soup it would be good.
I heard they make your pee very potent.
Yeah.
Like huele,
Especially
güey.
in soup because it's very concentrated. So
Yeah, it just really.
Yeah, that too. That's what I don't eat.
Your pee comes out radioactive and shit. It comes out steaming hot. You know, I don't know.
Like
How do we get on this topic?
It'll kill insects. No, but
Charade.
but yeah, I will not eat that. I will eat it. I mean, if you serve it to me, I'll eat it. But I have the choice not to. I'm just gonna be like,
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard pass for me.
Yeah.
It's a no for me. Anyway, welcome to the podcast. We haven't even done an intro or anything. We just started going.
It's because that reminded me of it. Like I never told you anything.
Yeah.
Because I saw like
a secret video.
Like I was getting like text and it was like, "Hey, ¿te aman los frijoles?" And I'm like,
you're like, hell yeah.
I'm like, no.
They weren't that great. Yeah.
Nothing.
It sucks when the CharroBeans aren't good CharroBeans. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't like when they put in the CharroBeans like the squishy shit. Like it's like the fat part of like you know what I'm talking about?
What?
In the CharroBeans. Like sometimes they put like some squishy shit in there.
The fat?
Yeah.
From like the meat?
Yeah.
You don't like the fat?
I don't like the squishy part.
What do you mean?
Because it's squishy. It's like eating a jellyfish. Like it's that squishy.
You're eating jellyfish?
I would.
Man, how the fuck do you know?
You never seen SpongeBob?
Oh wow, okay.
You never seen SpongeBob? It just looks like that consistency. I don't know.
I heard in SpongeBob that the secret formula for the Krabby Patties
is plankton.
It's crab meat.
No, it's plankton.
How do you know it's plankton?
There's an episode.
Did they reveal it finally?
Well, actually, it was a joke. I think, to get plankton to run away, screaming.
Oh,
it's raining.
Yeah, it's raining.
So here in Fort Worth, we had a blizzard, and then it came out. The sun came out, and it got really hot. And then yesterday was the first day of spring.
For real? Oh, the official, like
officially.
Huh.
So naturally, Texas is like, okay, thunderstorms. So right now, currently, as we're recording, it sounds like Thor's outside, like fucking God of Thunder shit outside right now. So that's just Texas for you. It's raining now, and it is spring. So happy spring to everybody listening on CharroBeans podcast. We had a pretty eventful week.
Did we?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
it was a long week.
It felt long. It's because of traveling.
We're artists, and we go away for.
We are. How do you feel? You know, like when you say you're a musician, like do they tell you that? Like, do you guys drive far and stuff? Have they ever told you that?
No, because I don't tell people I'm a musician.
Oh no, you don't tell them? Really?
I keep it to myself.
You what?
I keep it to myself.
Oh really? You don't tell people you're a musician?
Nope.
So what do you tell them? I
tell them I'm a student.
And then?
The questions are way more generic, so I'm more comfortable answering.
That's true. Sometimes you have to answer a lot of questions.
Yep.
So they start asking. What about when you tell them you're on a Mariachi podcast?
I've only had like one person ask me that.
They ask you, hey, you're that guy from the podcast? Or what?
No, they're just like, hey, what's that? Oh, it's just because, I think you got my sweater. I couldn't find my CharroBeans sweater. That's why I didn't bring it. But they'll ask, like, what's that logo?
Oh, because of the logo?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Cool merch.
I didn't even tell him I was on the podcast. It was just Gabriel.
Oh, and he asked you about it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm like, yeah, it's on my podcast. You should listen to it.
You said to listen to it, but you didn't think of saying, "Oh yeah, I'm on that podcast." Like
whoops.
It's I'm on that podcast. I'm a co-host.
Yeah. The next time I saw him, he's like, "Hey, you're on that podcast." I'm like, "Yeah."
You're like, "Oh yeah." That's funny.
Whoops.
That's funny. No, well, as a musician, yeah, you kind of have to tell people. They get curious. You know what I mean? So when you say you're a mariachi musician, or like I always like, especially if it's like a güero coming up to me and saying, so like, what do you do? No, I do this, but I also do mariachi. They're like, oh, mariachi music, that's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fun. You know, we just go around. You guys play mariachi look? And I'm like, yeah, we do. So every once in a while we play.
Every once in a while,
all the fucking time. Yeah. Yeah, but that's true. You do have to ask sometimes. But I mean, sometimes they're just genuinely interested, you know? Like,
I mean, when I do feel like talking, I will mention it. But most of the times I don't feel like talking. I'm just
that's true. Sometimes you're just not in the mood.
I'm like, you know me. I mean, if Simon's not in the mood, I'm definitely not in the mood. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I'm like the introvert.
Oh, it's like anytime we go to a gas station and then there's like people that, because we all come in like a horde. Like we come in we come in like a group of us come in with our trajes on, and then people are like right away start staring at us. So we're like, oh, and there's always someone that usually asks like, oh, are you guys like matadors or something or bullfighters? I'm like, yeah, that's who we are.
Yeah.
I fight bulls, and then I come to the gas station to get some Mountain Dew.
I'm just like, sí, muchas gracias. I just pretend I don't know Spanish.
Yeah, you've done that before, right?
Yeah.
You start talking in Spanish.
Yeah,
It
I'm
does
like, gracias,
work.
gracias. Yeah.
It does work. I did that one time at the gas station, actually. You ever been at the gas station and you're like pumping gas, and then someone comes up to you and they're like, hey man, I got a watch here, man. It's like 24 karat gold. He's like, for you, this is retail 500, but I'll give it to you for $20. And I'm like, well, that just doesn't add up. I've had one time too. I was pumping gas, and they came up to me and they had like a what's it called? They had a flat screen TV in the back of their truck, and they're like, "Hey man, $100 and it's yours." I'm like, who'd you steal that from, bro? Who's just carrying around a flat screen TV? Like, it still has like the
questions. You want it or not?
He still had the parental controls y todo el pedo. And like, I'm like, this isn't your TV. like, I'll take it.
Is that a remote? It's like Xbox controller.
yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird. But if you do like say it in Spanish, they will like I've done that before. They'll
They're
come
just
up to
kind of
you.
like, oh, this guy doesn't
And
know.
I'm like, no, es que no hablo en inglés. And they're like, oh.
Oh no, you gotta do it more convincing. You be like, you gotta make it look like you're trying. You gotta be like, no, speaky.
Oh, you gone that route. Oh.
Or like if I just hear thank you, I'm like, gracias. Because you gotta make it sound convincing. Because Mexicans try to communicate with you in English.
Mm.
You never seen the,
that's true.
You never seen
That's true.
You gotta mimic what.
Oh yeah, he does do that, right? He's like, no, speak English.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that next time.
I do it all the time. That's what I'm so good at. And I have the accent, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for real. I'm like, I don't speak English.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I don't speak English. I'm so sorry. Or you're like that Family Guy episode.
which one?
Whenever it's the dog Brian, he tries to look for his mom, and then he goes to like a barn or something, and then as they're heading out, they go like in a truck with like immigrants, I think. And like the guy's like, oh, are you trying to go somewhere? And they're like, oh, this and this and that. And he's like, oh, I don't know English. I just learned how to say that.
And just explaining it.
And that, yeah.
And then he's all like, are you sure? And he's like, ¿qué?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the end of the line.
That is you. Yeah. No, guys, but today, this last week,
Yeah.
sorry. For me, it was spring break. So I was like, spring break.
For me too.
So I was off for a whole week, which was kind of nice. You took the chance to go maromear on Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean.
Which means go play for another group. You
Yeah.
whore. We've established this already.
Wow.
You're out there hoeing yourself out.
Yeah, I get calls every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean that's good, dude. Like I said, like if I got calls, I'd be like, where? Like, you know, I'd show
All
up.
excited.
Yeah.
Like they're typing the message, and before they send it, you're like, yes.
I'm there. Right. I'm more excited. It's because I want to, now that I have a bass, like I want to get a bass gig, but I'm not like, wait,
I can pass out your name if you want.
please.
Because most of the gigs, I do reject them. Because I'm like, especially like since I'm in school.
True.
Like they always come at the worst times.
Like during lecture?
Yeah.
Really?
They're like, we have a gig at this at 11:30. I'm like, fuck, that's my lecture. Like,
Well, you can do it now. You could technically be at a gig
Right.
during lecture with Zoom.
right, but you're not gonna pay attention.
Do you pay attention when you're already there?
Yeah. I take
you do?
notes. I have like the lecture and I have like the textbook on the side. I'm taking notes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You're a better student than I was.
I really am.
I could have been in class, like watching. When I got a Mac, like my senior year of college, I got a Mac. So I would start taking my Mac to lecture. All I did was watch YouTube videos. And back then, there was no AirPods. You know what I mean? So like, I would have like one headphone dangling, and that's how I would watch. I was such a bad student, dude.
Well, I mean,
Good time.
I try to be a good student. I'm still failing, so it's whatever.
I'm like, so it's not even worth it to pay attention then.
Fucking sucks. Anyways.
So you went to go maromear?
Right.
Yeah.
It was like in Mansfield. But like
Mansfield.
South Mansfield. You know what I mean?
South of Mansfield.
You know how that looks, right?
Nope.
It looks like...
Trailer park homes?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it looks a little bit more country now.
Like
It's 'cause once you get out of
no
the-
light out there.
Oh, this is at nighttime?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ni modo que el día.
I don't know.
Inside a
I
house.
don't know your life.
It was a birthday party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. It wasn't. It was fun. I mean, like you said, it's one of those trailer houses. I think I don't know. I can't see. Menos en la oscuridad, you know.
That's true.
So, we all park outside their little fence thing, you know, they have, and it's a big front yard because that's how the houses are out there. You're in the. It's basically country, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, once you get south, like if you get too far from the city, it becomes straight like
from
country.
anywhere, from like if you go south of Dallas, south of Arlington, south of Fort Worth, it turns it
like
into like
the Metroplex, which is Dallas, Fort Worth. You know, that has Arlington, Plano, Frisco, all those cities. Once you get out of that bubble, like it's straight country. Like you really don't. It doesn't even look like you're in the city anymore.
Yeah, I mean, even going north, like going to Denton from Fort Worth, there's like a good chunk of like just trees.
Yeah, once you get to the other city of Denton. Yeah, but that's true. It's just all country. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 5 of us. There's 4 of us.
Right.
And it's 3 armonías and 1 violin, dude.
What about a trumpet?
No.
Wait. There's 4 of you or 5 of you?
4.
4.
Yeah, 3 armonías. I'm on bass, vihuela, guitar.
And a violin.
A violin player. Yeah.
So like a little quartet.
Pobrecito, yeah. Yeah, because he had to take out trumpet parts on the spot. And I was watching him like, hey, respect, man.
Shit. How did that work? Was it an hour?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How'd that go?
It was, I mean, for him, it was rough because he was just sweating every song. He was like trying to take it out.
Yeah. If you got to improvise those parts and shit. Yeah. I'm not that smart. That's why I play vihuela.
Still. Yeah, and it's like, what was funny is that on our way in, like, you can't see anything, right? So all you hear is like, woo, 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 like a dog. And it was a German Shepherd. That guy was big, man.
Big dog?
Yeah, it was a big dog.
Is it like the I Am Legend dog?
Yeah,
German Shepherd.
Like yeah. But when you see him up close, that guy was like a freaking wolf. Like, especially because, like, he did not like us. He did not want us there.
Oh, no? He's like, I don't like these songs.
No, like, I didn't start playing. He's just like, I don't know, you get the fuck out, you know?
Oh, he was one of those dogs.
But, like, that always hurts, you know, when a dog doesn't like you.
More than, like, humans?
Yeah.
He's like, what do you see in me, bro? Yeah. Like, you don't even know me.
Especially, like, little dogs. Little dogs never like you.
Oh, Chihuahuas are the worst.
Yeah.
I don't like Chihuahuas, dude.
They're like, get the fuck out, you know? Like, but you're like, bro, give me a chance. Like, you don't know me. He's like, por eso, chinga, like.
You know what it is? I hate the dogs that are like traicioneros. You know, so like they betray you. Cause like they'll be like that. They'll be like real standoffish. So like you'll try to go up to them. They're like, rrr, and they're like, oh, okay, he doesn't like me. But then sometimes you give them a little bit, and you think maybe the more they see you, like in the next 10 minutes, maybe they'll be like, oh, okay, he's cool or whatever. So like you start getting a little closer, and he's letting you, right? He's just like looking at you, like all sus, right? But he's still like, all right, what's up? So then like you start getting closer, and you're like, oh, he's gonna let me pet him. You pet him like 2 times. You're like, oh, doggy, and then he's like. And I'm like, I touched you though. Like, I hate that because like they already let you in a little bit, but they're like, nah, I changed my mind. I'll kill you.
Like the way you pet him, it wasn't right.
Yeah.
It's front, back, right. Like a regular Chico from GTA.
It's front and back, not side to side. You dumbass.
So you're messing up my hair, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I did like te traicionan like quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sucks.
For me, like big dogs for some reason like me more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when I see a big dog, they're usually like Sophie, you know?
Yeah, bigger dog.
And but this one does not like us. I mean, German Shepherds are very protective too, you know.
True.
So
they're very territorial.
Like, yeah. But I mean, it was me and then the viola player and the violin player together. And the guitar player, I guess she just wanted some of her, like more space for her. I guess, you know. She was. But the dog was like, oh, esa está sola. So he was just like running around there, and like you could tell if she showed like any sign of like danger, I guess. Like he would go at her, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the dog was like, he was mad. Like I'm not kidding. Like he looked like
killer dog.
Not killer dog, but like he will bite you, you know. Like if you do something wrong.
Well, he's not gonna bite you just to see if you're like hurt.
Well, I mean, it's gonna bite. It could bite you just to scare you off, you know.
Maybe he had rabies.
Nah, I mean he looked fine. But that freaking dog, I was like, I'm not gonna try and help her. You know, I'm just gonna.
I'm not risking my life.
I was just like, you know, like 1 casualty is enough. We don't need 2. It's just like,
right. Think of my bloodline. I need to carry this name.
I'm like, I'm taking I should learn this in ethics. What is it?
You learn?
It's like a decision you make for the better of the whole group instead of like one person.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You're thinking of everybody, not just that specific person.
So, I'm like,
So really, you're a hero,
right?
for not putting yourself in danger. Yeah,
I'm just like, like.
Right. La Persina. Like, go now.
So she's in a better place now. Like
you're like, entre tus
Pretty much.
manos.
But yeah, like the guy, the way the dog was doing it too. The owner of the dog, cause he's just like Rocky. I don't know what the dog's name is. He's like Rocky, like like stop. Like the dog's not, like the dog step over the head when there's like danger in front of him. Like like grab him, or do something. Like he's not gonna bite you.
Help.
Yeah. So he's like Rocky, lenta pa acá, and then like he would like grab and try to pet him, and then the dog would see us, and he's like, oh shit, like like he would like charge at us again. So I'm like, dude, like grab him, put him somewhere where he's not gonna do all
that. That could be scary because I mean, in the middle of playing, it's like, what do? You know, you can't really. If he starts springing at you and like literally, what do you do? Especially you with the big ass guitarrón or someone with the harp.
And like, it's a big dog.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, that dog's like at least 90 pounds.
Yeah,
or 60 pounds.
No,
he's up there,
Yeah, as a heavy.
So
dog,
like if he jumps at you, he will take you down.
He will take you down.
Especially when you're trying to protect your instrument. Like you can't do two things at once.
Hashtag fucking dead, dude. Like Morales, guitarrón dead. You're dead.
While going by the cheddar, it's like
you're like rip.
Yeah, but
at least you got out of alive, right?
Yeah,
you got out.
I mean,
you got paid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was all good. It was just
it's just a little crazy.
Like, on the way out too, that dog was just like, "Come on,
you." Yeah. Right. Don't think I forgot. I'll do it again.
Yeah. I mean, no, on the way out, the guy actually like, he put his hands on his collar and like he was just pushing him down.
Yeah, to make sure he doesn't do that.
Yeah, like he wasn't like putting his weight, but he was like holding him.
And it's like those owners that are like trying their hardest to not let the dog go, and they're like, he doesn't bite. He's just being real playful. Like, what?
Meanwhile, your chick's missing.
He's like, nomás quiere jugar. I'm like, with my freaking organs, dude. Trying to bite him out and shit,
Trying to bite on my arm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's good. At least you got a little gig in you, and then you tried doing another one on Friday, apparently.
Oh yeah.
How'd that go?
Oh, we're going to that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I get called for this gig, right?
You get called for this gig.
Yeah. And then they're like, "Hey, can you make it?" And I'm like, "Sure." I mean, I'm on spring break, I have the time.
Yeah.
And it's a funeral, so I go to a funeral, and I'm just kind of like, okay. The thing with Maroma for me, it's either I'm really on time, or like really early, or I'm like hella late. There's no in between for some reason.
So what was this one?
I was really early.
Oh, okay.
That's good. I got there, and I'm like, usually there's like.
Oh, you got there. You actually got to the place.
Yeah, I got to the place.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna drive around, cruise a little bit. It was a small cemetery, so I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can spot the little tent or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a few tents, and okay, and I see like a van. It looked like a Mariachi van, so I started following it. And then I guess he noticed, so he kind of did like a turn around, like, who the fuck is this guy? And it was just Alvaro.
He plays in the group, right? The one that you were playing in?
Yeah, he was helping out too.
Okay.
He's like, hey bro, like, what you doing? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just waiting for you guys, to get here.
So we can start.
He's like, yeah, like my dad's here, like, a ver qué pasa.
Yeah.
And then we find his dad, and he's like, oh, pues no me contestan. Let me find out, because they asked, the people that work there.
Yeah, like the cemetery the helpers that they dig and put them in.
They usually know, like, the name of como the person that passed away, or like the last name of the person.
Right.
So they asked him, and they're like, we don't have that person here. And that's where I'm like, oh, fuck, right? And so I think we waited like 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just like, so se va a hacer o no se va a hacer, because we got stuff to do, and I gotta go home. No se hizo.
No se hizo?
No. Like, when Evaristo just came up to me, he's like, hey, like, disculpa, Víctor, que no me contesta la señora, le mando mensajes y no me contestó. And I'm like, pues, ¿qué se puede hacer? I'm over here, like, in my head, I'm like, they didn't show up to their funeral, you know?
The guy didn't die.
I'm like, revivió el vato, or like what? Like, what are the reasons to not do a funeral, you know?
I mean, he could have died by mistake on accident, and then like the soul stone from Thanos.
I don't think it's a soul stone. Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, right. Lo revivió, maybe, or maybe they had like a special on coffins that day or something, and then they got it. They're like, if he's really dead, 50% off. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to make a deal. I don't know, dude. I mean, why? The only logical explanation for a funeral not to happen is if the guy's alive.
That's what I said.
Maybe he
I
faked
told
his
him that I
death.
stood there and I'm like, revivió, and he didn't laugh. So I'm just like,
It's like the disrespect.
he's like, don't play with me like that. I'm like, okay. My bad.
Zombie, maybe? Walking Dead type
I don't
of
know.
situation?
But the lady never called back, and
So she just left it on red then?
I guess.
Like
I
literally
don't know.
didn't
After he
communicate.
said that, he's like, I'm gonna wait 5 minutes. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait 5 minutes too, in case something does happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 minutes happened. I'm like, nothing happened. So I'm like, I just looked at the guys. I'm like, because I was still in my car.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, pace, and then I
You
headed
did?
out. Yeah.
What sucks is that you were already there.
Yeah.
Like, I would have liked to be notified before. Like, if I was on the way there.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't like their fault.
No, I'm not saying it is. But I'm saying, like, if a gig is going to cancel, that at least I was on my way there as opposed to already there.
I feel like the lady just forgot, and like, she fucked up.
Yeah.
She wouldn't face the consequences, you know? Yeah, but I mean,
That sucks, though.
I mean, the boss of the group, or like the manager, I don't know what he was,
Yeah.
but like, he was still cool about it. He sent me like not Venmo,
Zell?
Zelle,
Uh-huh.
and like, you know how you can put like titles on it? He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's like sorry, and like you could.
Sad face or no?
No, I don't
Just
think
sorry?
I don't think you can put such like emojis on it.
Well, you can put the
can
old
you?
school before
like
before emojis.
Yeah.
Put a colon in parentheses. That makes your sad face.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's for all you kids that don't understand.
Right.
Before emojis. But no, yeah. So he said sorry and gave you $10.
Yeah.
Oh, at least there's that.
Yeah.
The one time I was going to a gig in Austin. And I was on my way there, fully dressed. This is back when, like, I would go to the gig fully dressed. Like, because, you know, now, like, I'll just go in my white shirt and my pants. And then once I get there, I put on everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But this is back in the time. Young Sammy was like, all about being in traje all the fucking time. So I was driving on the way there. All done up, dude. Todo chingón, heading to the gig. Ya casi llegaba. And if anybody knows Austin, you know, it's stupid packed, right? So, like, it took forever to get, like, just in Austin. And finally, I'm in the area. And then, sure enough, he calls me, hey, man, they just canceled on me. And that was it. And I was just like, nah, for real? I thought they were fucking with me. And like, nah, yeah, they just canceled. They called me. And I'm like, they could have told you sooner. Because I'm already here in, like, Austin, dude.
Yeah.
Like, so my dumbass turns around, starts crying. Drives all the way back to my apartment like a damn clown. Take everything off, dude. Like, I really thought. Because then I got in the fetal position. And I'm like, I really thought, bro.
It's like all that waste of gas. It's just like,
yeah, dude.
Like, now I'm in debt.
And me dieron nada. It was just like, no, pues ahí nos vemos. You know, it wasn't even that. Like, at least they give you $10. I mean, that's something.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, gas is kind of expensive right now, but
Right.
I think
It's like half a gallon.
I mean, it wasn't because it was in Arlington, so it wasn't that far.
Yeah.
So I feel like the time was good enough for like.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was interesting weekend. I got played.
All sad. No, that's good though. I mean, it's funny because anytime you go gig and something bad happens, you send me a snap and it's like the maroma life isn't for me.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, okay, what happened?
Especially because I was ready to just like after that one go to
the restaurant.
No,
no?
the gig after.
Oh, we had a gig, before the planta.
So
Yeah,
I took 2 jackets because it was on black, and then the one for
us
was white. So that's why I sent you 2 jackets. I brought 2 jackets. For
Yeah.
nothing. I mean, I got to go home and I took like a fat ass nap,
Yeah.
so it wasn't all bad. But
Yeah.
what the fuck, man?
But you got to go to you're right. We did have a gig before the planta. Yeah. I almost got cut again.
Oh yeah.
Arturo, my boss is like, hey, so I know you can't make it. I'm like, I'm on spring break, bro. I can go. He's
Well,
like,
I mean,
I didn't know.
He's a working man. He doesn't have.
I guess he didn't know. But yeah, I was just like, I can go, bro. You just assumed I wasn't be able to go, so I started crying.
I heard that. I was like,
I was like, man, a cortar, way. Just tell me.
because he's like, I kind of already got someone to
Yeah.
play Armonia, and I'm like,
I told him, I was like, well, it's okay. I guess I'll just stay home or whatever. But he ended up telling me, no, pues vente. And I'm like, thank you, sir.
he's like, you're gonna get paid. But
Yeah, right.
you can come.
Yeah. He ended up telling, what was his name?
Edgar.
Edgar.
It's mi tío.
Yeah, he's got the same last name as you,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You notice that everyone with my last name plays guitar?
Everyone?
Yeah.
Not everyone.
Everyone that I know that
Oh,
has
that you know.
Estrada plays guitar. Like Edgar Estrada, Victor Estrada, Adolfo Estrada. I know another Estrada plays guitar too, but I forgot his first name. So I guess it's in the blood, you know.
Maybe.
'Cause that's what it is. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. A lot of Estradas play like guitar.
Well, this guy does, and he came to help us out, play guitar with us. He was cool. He sang a lot.
Yeah,
he sang a lot of songs.
He's like I told you, like that guy is like that pesado. Like,
Yeah.
Cause he plays with everyone, and like
Yeah.
he's like, I guess you can say like a certified like maromero.
Yeah, because I see him in pictures all the time with a bunch of different people. It was nice too because he's shorter than me, so that's nice for a change.
Oh yeah, we made a little like AT&T bar, cause it was like me and then like you and then like him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It was nice to see because usually they always get like a taller guitar player or like someone that's around my same size, but this guy's smaller. So I was like, hola, and then I look at you like I feel the power, bro. I feel the power that you feel.
I'm like,
know?
oh yeah.
You're like, no, but it was nice. It was cool. He played a lot of
He's
good.
a cool guy.
He pretty much se las chingó todas, dude. He was singing a lot of them.
I always joke. Well, we always joke around how like sometimes like on heavy rap, like Arturo se las canta todas.
Yeah.
So we're like Mariachi anda acompañando a Arturo Ramirez.
We always say this shit.
This time we're like Mariachi anda acompañando a Edgar Estrada.
Yeah, dude, because he was going hard, man.
Yeah.
He was doing a bunch of different songs, by himself.
Yeah, he would always look at us and he's like, ¿Quién se la echa? And I'm like, this guy. He's like, oh, okay. Or like, what was that one time? I don't know if he even asked or like he asked me, like, we started the song and then he looked at me, he's like, ¿Me la echo? I'm like, como si hubiera fuera el jefe. I'm like, sí, like, go.
Yeah, you go ahead. That's true, because I mean, he knew Arturo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, Arturo didn't know him. At least
Oh, no?
at Seafood Shack, he said that he's like, well, some guy's coming. Like, I don't know him, but
Oh, really?
that's
Oh,
what
okay.
I heard. I don't know.
Well, yeah, he kept asking. I was like, he would ask me, like, who's singing it? And I'm like, usually so-and-so sings it. And he's like, I got it. And then he just starts walking up. I'm like, oh, chingon. I mean, it helps out because, yeah, Arturo does sing a lot of them. And then the guys in our group, too, they be singing. But it gives them a break, especially because we have the planta right after. So, it gives you a chance to, like, kind of relax for a second before you get into the planta, which is also heavy,
Yeah,
because we play over 3 hours, so.
I'm like, love my tío, right?
Oh, and then we had controversy that day.
Oh yeah.
We had a controversy. So when we got there, to the gig, there was a DJ already setting up.
Was
right?
that what he was?
He was like the DJ or like part of the little band because they were gonna have a band too. Like a.
That's what I thought. I thought he was just like the little.
He was like the sound guy, no?
Yeah, like the sound guy.
Yeah, and I can't say that word. That
What?
word. Ingeniero.
Ingeniero.
How do you say that?
Ingeniero.
Ingeniero.
Yeah.
Ingeniero. Okay. Well, he's the engineer, the sound engineer,
Okay.
right? He's a motherfucker that has to move the dials and shit.
I feel like I'm saying it wrong now.
I don't know. I could never say that word.
It's because when you talk, you say it fast,
Ingeniero.
so like you don't think about it.
Yeah,
but when you
exactly.
say it slow,
Yeah.
it sounds wrong.
Ingeniero.
Someone's gonna come on YouTube like, "Oh, this is how you say it."
I'm like,
Thank you.
Right, thank you. No, but when we got there, there was a sound person there already. So when we showed up, a lot of the times when we get there, all we need for our setup, like for our speakers and shit, all we need is one plug, one outlet, so we can put in our extension cord, and that powers up our whole rig, right, with our speakers, our board, everything. So when we got there, me and Don Miguel, who was related to the quinceañera or something.
Yeah,
right?
it was his family's party.
Yeah, like his family, Don Miguel, who plays trumpet for us, he knew the people that were playing there, or that we were playing for.
Mm-hmm.
So he ended up staying, actually, after we were done. He didn't come to the planta. He stayed there.
Yeah.
Stayed there to chill. Anyway, when we got there, we were looking for a plug. So me and Don Miguel were literally standing over this. You know those things that like it makes one outlet into like four.
An extension?
It's like an extension, yeah, but it's like a square. It's like one that they use for sound because it's more heavy duty. Anyway, they had one there, so we were like, okay, we'll just put it in here. So we put it in there, right?
Like it was like part of the salon, or was it?
It was part of their shit.
You didn't ask him?
I guess not. I think that's where this comes from, because I didn't really think about it. We just like we saw it, and it was empty, so we're just like, we'll just put it there. So we plugged it in. Point is though, there wasn't that many people when we started. Right when we started the gig, it was just us and the sound engineer, and we played our two. It was 2 hours. We played 2 hours. At the very end, we obviously once we finish playing, we usually start taking all our shit down. We start taking down our speakers and the board and everything. But the first one that talked with the sound engineer was what was that guy's name again? Edgar, the guy that came to help us out. I was putting up some shit, and then he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, this guy's saying something." He said it in Spanish, but he was like, "This guy's telling me something." He's like, "Do you know anything about it?" And I was like, "Okay, what's up?" And the guy was heated, like he just kind of came with the guitar, like, "Hey, mariachis," and I'm like, "Oh shit, okay, what's up?" And he's like, "Hey, ando buscando un cargador." I understood. He kept saying cargador de Apple or the iPhone.
So like a C port.
I was assuming that he was talking about like a USB, like the little the square that plugs in with the cable to plug into your phone to charge it. That's automatically what I assumed he was talking about. And I was like, oh, so you're looking for a charger? And he's like, estoy buscando aquí un de esta aplicación, yo no sé. But he was coming at you with like a weird tone, and I'm like,
yeah, I heard that. I heard like,
excuse me?
I heard him kind of like yelling. So that's whenever like, cause we all kind of heard that. I don't know if you saw it, cause you were kind of like we were behind you, like, cause we all started getting behind you. Now we're like, all right, could get us away, Cause that guy sounded like
it was his tone.
Yeah, like he sounded
his
mad.
Intensity, yeah.
So we're like, okay, he's mad at us. So like we all kind of started paying attention to him. Yeah, we all kind of got around, except for Arturo. He was just like
he was rolling up like the extension cord. He was just listening.
He's like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah. He's like, I don't get paid enough for this. Anyway, yeah, the guy gets heated, and I'm like, I don't know what you're looking for, dude. And then he points to what I'm assuming his son, right? Because he's like, hey, vente pa acá. So his like son comes up, I would assume, and most people in here, like I told you, I can talk to people in Spanish fine, but it's like a matter of I think I was telling Saul this. Once they start talking in Spanish like that, it was like that when we almost got in that fight. It's like I can't talk with the same intensity in Spanish, so I'm like, yeah, I got to think about this shit, all right? I can't come at you like the way I want to come at you, right? So I'm like, so when his son came up, I was like, what are you looking for, bro? Yeah. And he was like, oh, I'm looking for my AirPods case. And like he was
he's looking for a whole AirPods case.
Huh?
Like the actual case for the AirPods?
Yeah, he was looking for the AirPods.
Like a Pro or
I don't know. He just said AirPods. So I'm assuming he was looking for like the little egg shit with the AirPods in them. And so then it like all clicked for me. I'm like, oh, this guy thinks we stole them.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? So he's the guy's coming at us like he was saying all this in Spanish, but the translation was he was telling us when you guys got here, they were here, and now that you guys have finished, they're not here.
No, he said, oh, I can't translate it, but it's like, cause like I'm over here working like my ass off, and it's like, and when you guys weren't here, like the airports were here, but once y'all got here, like ya no estaban.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm like, when he said that, I'm like, okay, like, pero eso que tiene que ver con nosotros.
Yeah, that's nothing to do with us.
And then he said, like, yo los vi, like, que estaban por aquí. Like, he said, I saw you guys, like, hanging around here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a coincidence that they're not there anymore.
Exactly.
And I'm like, it's still
he wasn't like specifically saying you guys took them, but he was making the impression that, like, they were here before, and then you guys showed up, and they're gone.
Yeah.
So, like, one of you motherfuckers has it.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I think that's when you said, right? I think you told him, like, well, hay mucha gente pasando. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people coming like in and out.
Yeah.
So then he just completely like threw that away. He's like, no, like I haven't seen anyone walk by. And I'm like, motherfucker, like
This
there's
is a
people,
quince.
Yeah, there's people walking. I can literally see them from my peripheral vision. They're just like walking behind me back and forth. You know? And he's just like. It's like no puede ser like gente, like it can't be like the people, like it's gotta be one of you guys. And I'm like, it's the way, like.
And I was like, that's racist.
For one, yeah, I'm like.
But he's Mexican, so but they say Mexicans are racist against Mexicans too.
El peor enemigo de Mexicano es otro mexicano.
Exactly. So like, we all got heated, or not? We didn't get heated, but we got
heated. I was like,
because we were just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, because like, is it quince? People are walking by all the fucking time. I was like, no sabes que, I told Arturo, I was like, le hubiera dicho, güey, no sabes que soy mariachi, puedo comprar pinche. No. He's like, right. No, but I was like, why would you think that? Like, I guess because he saw us around his equipment, maybe. But then I told Don Miguel is like related to the quinceañera here, so he was telling him, he was like, yo y él estábamos aquí. We just plugged in the shit, and then because all we had to do was like for our system to work. Is plug it in once and we never had to look at it again. But it's the fact that he came at us automatically assuming that we took him. We were all like, look, pat us down, dude. Like we don't.
Yeah, we were down for it. We're like, gonna check us. Our cousins are over there. Like, like we can't hide anything. You can literally see my wallet, like
fucking sticking
square,
out.
You know?
Right?
Like,
yeah.
You can't hide anything.
So like, I was just thinking, like, why come at us like in that way? I was like. So apparently you guys were in the back like, tú dime, güey. Fucking
I was just like, bro, what's wrong with you?
It's in the way that he came at us. It's like automatically assuming that we stole him, and I'm like, yeah, I stole him, but right? They're like. So anyway, I have new AirPods. If anybody wants
offer up,
they're on offer up. Look at my page. No, but yeah, it's just the way. It's just like, why? You know what I mean? Like, why come at us like that? Like, if you automatically, like, if you had probable cause, someone said like, oh, I saw the mariachi there, like, looking around. That. But bro, we never saw your AirPods. Like,
but the guy back down, he was just like, you know, like, va a estar sobre su conciencia or whatever, and I'm like, stay away, like, you don't know what you're saying, you know?
He said it was gonna be on your conscience.
Yeah.
I was like, first of all, if I stole him, I would be listening to him right now, bro. Like, I would not care. Like, no disrespect, but I'll listen to them right now. I don't care. But
I was just like, I was not trying. Well, yeah, I was, but like I just kept joking about it. I was like, hey, ya sacan los AirPods, güey, ya. And I was just like,
ya saquen los.
I was like, ¿quién fue el culero? Like,
right afterwards.
Yeah, like,
we
were
but
in front of him too. I was just like, ya, güey, saquen los.
I'm like, all right, who has them for real?
And then Edgar started flexing because he took out his AirPods.
Oh, he did. Yeah, the guy that came to help us out, he took out his AirPods and put them on. I was like, that's some savage shit. He's like, well, these are my AirPods.
And then outside I started saying the same shit because like one of his buddies, you know, there was like un pelon.
Who?
I don't know. There was a bald guy.
Okay.
Like, he was like his friend because I saw him talk. Because I offered him a card. Because I always give cards to like the caterers or the
you do?
Or like the bartenders or like the DJs. I gave him like a handful because I'm like, they can pass them around.
Yeah.
And I offered him some and he's like, nah. And I'm like, he couldn't see it because the car was in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah,
but he went outside. I don't know. He was to like look like spy on or something.
I think so because I saw that guy too.
He was like in the
on the
like,
balcony.
Yeah. That's when I started again. I'm like, yeah, wait, I can like you know. But
to this day, this guy probably thinking like, I told you he's gonna rate us 1 star on his Yelp on Mariachi Yelp. It's gonna be like, estos mariachis, just ladrones, like fucking jackers.
¿Supieras cuánto gano más que tú? Like,
exactly.
Like, no tengo necesidad. O sea, te compro todo el pinche sistema ahorita, güey. Vale madre.
Like, I just got my stimmy. How much for the speakers?
I'm like, ¿cuánto por una? Like, por una petición. Just like
yeah, you go up to the DJ that was accusing us, like, after you're getting your stimmy. And you're just like, hey, how much? He's like, oh, I charge $600 an hour. And I'm like, oh, no, for everything.
Yeah.
You too. Let's go. Right. Let's go, big boy. Damn.
You're like, I put my cat down as a dependent, so I got always see me. Like.
Right. I hope they never check me because she's not a real human, you know. You put your cat down. Just do it. Dependent. No, chingon. But yeah, we came out of there. We have new AirPods. Anyway, we played the planta. Pretty cool planta. Hey, shout out to everybody that came out.
A lot of people came
my
out,
buddy,
yeah.
my buddy, slash cousin slash I don't know how we're related. Fernando came out. So shout out to him and everybody and all their friends came up. There was like 15 people there.
They were like 5 Fernandos there.
Yeah, they all kind of do like Fernando. They it's funny too because I told you when they were all leaving, they all left like in their trucks and shit.
Oh yeah.
So it looked like a
It looked like a
fucking
meet.
like a car meet. Yeah, meet at the parking lot of Burritos
Burritos,
Locos. Yeah, so they all took off with like their LEDs y todo el pedo.
Yo carry I'm like ding ding ding.
Yes. Yeah, but it was cool seeing them. We actually played some songs for them. They ended up singing at the end too. So shout out to all of them. It was a good time. Oh man, and then we had Saturday. Man, Saturday was a long ass fucking day.
Yeah.
We ended up going to Oklahoma. We went to Woodward.
Woodward
Sounds like
Squidward.
Squidward's like weird cousin. Woodward. Yeah.
The other one, the fancy one.
Squilliam. Squilliam, Squidward, and Woodward. Yeah.
So this is the Ratchet Squidward.
Yeah, Ratchet. Yeah. We went. No, the town was like a very quiet looking town.
It looked a dead town.
It looked like
a ghost
Westview.
town.
If anybody's seen WandaVision, it looked like Westview. It was totally quiet.
Spoilers, bro. What the fuck?
I'm like, yeah, right.
It looked like a ghost town, bro.
Yeah, it was very empty.
It's like, hey, where's the McDonald's? There is a McDonald's.
There
wasn't no McDonald's.
There was
We
nothing.
had to go
dude.
to a Love's. Ni un 7-Eleven. Ni un Valero, bro. Like,
all disappointed.
I'm just going down.
Yeah, dude. They had like a sports bar, and the place we played at was a restaurant. No, but it was like first of all, this place was 5.5 hours away.
4.5.
Oh no,
4.5
from Denton.
from Denton.
It had to be at least 5 con todas las
4.5.
paradas and shit.
Well, con las paradas, yeah.
Yeah, because we stopped a couple times, you know.
And then at Burger
Stretch our
King, they were
legs.
taking their.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, so it was a long trip, so we left early. We left in regular clothes, or some of us. We didn't get. We apparently none of us got the memo.
Yeah.
Because Don Luis, Arturo, Don Miguel, they all came in their trajes,
Yeah.
and then also the younger guys, like we all showed up with like normal clothes. We're like, oh,
I'm not gonna go like dressed for 5 hours.
yeah, it's because it's a long trip to be sitting there in your traje pants.
Yeah. And like my pants are tight. Like
Yeah.
they're just uncomfortable.
Exactly. So that's why I showed up in normal clothes.
Yeah.
And then we saw. Yeah, you're right. We stopped at this Love's, and I was hungry, dude, because I hadn't eaten anything. So then when we got there to that Love's, they had a Burger King attached to it. Except we all had the same idea. There was like 6 of us at the Burger King. And they got like 2 people working there. So they were in chinga fucking SpongeBob, dude, fucking going hard and shit.
One was, the other one was just like.
Yeah, the cashier,
I'm
like,
like-
I don't give a fuck. Just fucking.
Like the line kept getting bigger, and like some people were mad. Like this guy was. Just, like,
Oh yeah, they came out there storming, dude.
Some guy was like, "It's some bullshit." Like,
Man, it's some
yeah,
fucking bullshit,
like, y'all
man.
ain't got no staff. Like, I'm like,
And then it's funny because they tried putting them down. Like, man, if I was a manager, all y'all be fired. And I'm like,
but you're not, bro. Like,
I was like, take your Whopper and go away. Yeah,
he didn't. He just left.
Yo me la como,
Hey,
güey.
but those burgers are big. I didn't know they were that big.
Yeah, Burger King goes hard, bro.
Bro?
Low key, though.
Because
That was my favorite restaurant when I was a kid.
Because we've gone before, like, and it's like I don't remember it
You
being
got the
that
Texas,
big.
you
I
got the Texas
number
double,
2.
the Texas double Whopper.
Yeah, sure. I got number 2.
Oh, okay.
It was. I saw double meat, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
2 meats. I'll take it. I just got my stimmy.
Yeah, because they've been charging
How much for the king?
very much.
That's funny.
Because let me get number 2. I thought it would be like a Jack in the Box burger or like McDonald's.
No, they're pretty.
But
big,
they charged me like I still remember. She's like, it's $11.94.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
what I
like,
got. Yeah.
I'm like, excuse me.
For one
Like,
I think you got everybody's order, sir. Like, no, it's just your order.
I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm already here. Like, I'll pay it. But I'm like,
Yeah.
that's kind of like a
It's
lot.
expensive, yeah.
And then when I got the bag, I was like, what are we?
It's
Like,
pretty heavy. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it?
I mean, I liked it, but it's not what
Yeah, it's not what.
I was just like, all right.
Yeah.
I was full for the entire
Yeah.
day.
Oh yeah, you told me
Like, I
that.
was just
No, I was
like-
good. I since I hadn't eaten like breakfast or nothing, I ate mine. It was a double too. It was a little bit too much meat, but I'm like, but
Too much meat.
it's too much meat, dude. Getting at that age where
Excuse me.
it's just too much meat.
You're 25.
26.
I know you were. Anyway.
Oop, no, but yeah, took their sweet ass time. We finally got back on the road. We got there to Woodward, Oklahoma. We played at this restaurant. But it was a small party. I was expecting for 3 hours and something. Think about it, like it's 4.5 hours. Okay, 5 hours. Let's just say 5 hours.
I know. I already thought about it. I think we talked about
with the stops. 5 hours to get there. That's 5 hours. The gig itself was 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then it's another 5 hours to come back. Now, usually when we have big trips like that, we tend to stay there, like the night at least, and then just come back in the morning. That's the last thing we did when we went to Kansas. But this time we were like, no, let's just play and then come back. And the gig was from 8 to 11, bro. So it's 5 hours to get there. We left around.
I thought it was 7 to 10.
Huh? No, it was 8 to 11.
We started at 8?
Yes,
Oh, shit.
we did. So keep in mind, the whole thing is like a 13-hour trip, So once we finished at 11, which we played a little bit past it, we played like till 11:20 or something like that. By the time we start leaving, we didn't get home until I didn't get to Denton until like 4 in the morning. And then when I finally got home, it was like 5 something, dude.
I was real put I was just.
You were fucked up?
Yeah.
Didn't you say you're like, I feel hungover the next day?
Yeah, I woke up, me dio la cabeza. I was like, ¿qué me está pasando?
I don't. Those long trips for me just kind of mess me up because like you don't sleep, you don't eat at the right, and then you ate those weird CharroBeans apparently, or the meat that didn't taste like anything, which it didn't. Sorry, they were so good to us, and because they were actually a cool client, right?
Yeah, they were very cool. The guy was very happy to see.
He was very happy to see us. Yeah, I guess like his wife was really into us.
The whole town was sus, bro. Like as soon as we got off, like this guy, like he was just eyeing us. I'm like, a ver qué tiene, and I'm like,
that is true. He was walking around all weird. Probably likes Trump or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but like you could see the end of the town from either side of the. I don't know if you noticed,
like if you stood at the end of the town and I stood at the other end, like we could have a conversation. Hey, Victor,
you a dog?
Yeah. What's your name?
Pretty much.
Yeah, but it wasn't what I expected because I thought for like a 3-hour gig this fucking far, we'd be like in the middle of a ranch or like a big ass venue. But no, it was a chill gig. I liked it for 3 hours. Se me fue de volada, and especially because we actually took a break this time because sometimes we just be playing like 3 hours straight.
I mean, I think it is because we might as well just play.
Well, that's the thing. We will play like 3-4 hours straight, but like it is nice to have a break.
I feel like we might as well just to come back faster. We would have been home at 4.
Well, yeah.
but
even then, no, like people in Austin, dude, they'll take a break for like an hour gig.
That's in Austin, so.
Yeah.
Move on.
That's true.
You were ready to explain all this, and I'm like,
just ready.
I'm
like shut it down. Not up in here. Nah, but yeah, they take breaks over there. Over here, we kind of don't. But it is nice to have one every once in a while. It gives you a nice little refresh.
Yeah, but here, like, we only had 3 hours for the day.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So might as well just like say I'm all get back home.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm not a big fan of trips.
Yeah.
Cause my knees hurt.
Yeah, dude. You're taller than I am, so in the van that we sit in, it's a little bit at an angle. So man, that does kill your knees. Cause I'd be like in the van, like, But I can't imagine you guys with longer legs.
There's nothing to see on the way either, though. I was trying to watch Justice League.
Oh, y'all watched Justice League for 4 hours? Fuck that.
I was doing it in parts. Because, I mean, it's kind of cool the way they did it. Because they put in, like, it's like a 6-part movie.
Yeah, it's like a chapter thing or some shit like that.
So that's kind of cool. But, I mean.
It was funny because I could see, because you, Saul, and Boyo were all watching it at the same time. So I could see, like, you guys were all watching, like, the same movie but in different parts. Yeah. So, like, one time it'd be flashing over here. And then another time it'd be like flashing over here, and then another time it'd be flashing over here. But it was funny because y'all were all watching, and I'm just sitting there like.
And then we're talking about it, and you're just like,
can't relate.
You're like, I'm not a DC fan. I'm like, you're a bitch. I'm like,
I'll watch it eventually. It's just.
It's actually really good. Well, it's
not
that's what I heard. It's not really good, but it's a lot. It's a
better than the first one.
Yeah, it's a really big upgrade.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the ending. The ending was pretty cool.
I was just happy to be home. To be honest, I sent y'all the picture, dude.
Oh yeah,
dude, I had to take it down.
I didn't even look at my phone. I was like, I hope everyone's okay, and I threw my phone like in one corner.
Yeah,
and I threw my suit in the other corner, and I just went to sleep. I was like,
no, I took a dump first.
Going home was
and
tough.
then I fell asleep so good. Oh, and then I had to wake up the next morning though, very early.
Bro.
Yeah, I had to go play at church.
I woke up like at 10.
I felt drunk actually. Now that I think about it.
I woke up like at 10, dude. Like my head was hurting.
Me too. Then me too. Yeah, around the same time.
My head was hurting. I was just like, I'm like, are you guys okay? Like,
it's the withdrawals from water, bro.
I don't think it is. I'm really close to 22
You got it, buddy.
next week.
Man, I'm
2
gonna eat
weeks.
¿Sabes qué, mo chingando water for you, bro?
You already did that once.
Yeah.
Boy, did that too.
Rip.
Y'all are hoes. Like, y'all just
Sorry,
eating water
buddy.
in front of me.
Sorry, bud. I'm like, you can do this.
Yeah. Like, alcohol
Sorry,
is not the challenge. I can live
It's the
without alcohol.
Whataburger.
But the Whataburger, man. And I pass it.
Yeah, you see it all the time.
I was telling, or Saul made me realize, going home from Seafood Shack, there's like a Whataburger right
Yeah,
there.
it's right in front of it. Yeah.
And I remember the first time we played, it was, we ended late.
Mhm.
People like, or that one guy went and got scouted 4 times.
Fuck no.
And I was hungry. Because, I mean, I also try to eat healthy. And healthy food is not dense at all. So that shit goes through you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, by the end of that, I'm very hungry. And then, what do you see as I'm pulling out? A Whataburger?
Badass Whataburger.
What do I see when I get home?
Another Whataburger.
I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I've really been tested.
The temptation, dude. Everywhere, yeah. You'll get through it, buddy. No, you won't. Let's get into some motherfucking Charro chat.
Oh, yeah?
You want me to read them? What? You want me to read them?
Yeah.
Oh. And I'm like,
I got that, you know.
oh, okay. That was the transition music.
Wow.
We go again?
No, bitch.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what you guys asked today. Yeah, you guys have been asking more questions. Thank you guys for you guys that participate. You know, this helps us out.
Please stop.
Don't stop. Here we go. We got it's Valerie 814 says, "What would you say to a kid who barely started mariachi?" What would you say? Huh?
Sabo.
What?
Not it. You go first.
What would I tell a kid who's barely starting mariachi? Don't. No, just kidding. Just straight up, like, be honest. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
It's not worth it.
Don't worth
Te
it.
van a caminar.
I think one that's barely it goes one of two ways. It's either a kid who's very interested in mariachi, or like one that just out of the blue signed up for mariachi or whatever, like in school or whatever. So if it's a kid who like really likes mariachi already and already like is going into mariachi and they want to start, then I would just tell them, hey man, like keep going. There's a lot to it. Learn as much as you can. But I would motivate them. I try to motivate them. I'd want them to keep going because I as much as we talk about on here about mariachi in a way, like it's a very good way to keep kids interested in something, not just something, but like music. Music is very in the same way that kids like orchestra or they like band. I think music is something that we all share, especially like once you get to meet other people who also like mariachi, it's very cool. So like, I would just say keep going, start it. I'm like that's my PG answer. No, but even then, yeah, I would just say just keep an open mind, keep learning as much as you can. I think that's what I would tell a kid.
Cool.
What would you say?
I guess the same thing, you know. Listen to a lot of music of mariachi, you know. Like, because a lot of way to learn it is by listening to it.
True.
Like, mariachi is more about style than anything else. So, try to listen to them, you know, really, like, dissect music. Especially,
True.
like, you know, Vargas, Camperos, Cobre, Flamenco, El America, you know. Groups that are really good, that are, you know.
Also singers.
Yeah.
No, like like Jose Alfredo had Vargas in the background, but listening to those recordings.
Well, yeah, I mean.
This is it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just listen to all the mariachi in general. You know,
Okay.
Lucha Villa, Male Mendoza, Antonio Aguilar, they all have great groups backing them up. So that's a main thing for me. I feel like listening to them is what really gets you into it.
That's a good answer. Especially because they're kids, you know. They don't know what they're doing just yet, you know, so just motivate them.
They do know what they're... like, it
says who barely started.
In a more subconscious way, like, just hearing it, like, their minds get a lot more, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think for a kid who's barely starting, your goal is for them to keep going. So try to keep them motivated. But yeah, listening to music and whatever it is that they're learning, like try to fully understand it. If you don't understand, ask questions. I think that's the biggest thing, having an interaction with especially if you're learning from somebody, have interaction with them. Ask questions if you really don't understand. Cause
even if they sound dumb, a lot of
yeah, dude.
You know, get your head out there.
Because I know that's hard. I know in me, like when I was young, I didn't ask questions at all, especially like in math class.
For real?
Study.
I did.
I didn't, dude.
At least for me in music, I did ask a lot of questions.
In music? Oh, that's good, dude.
I would text when I met Adrian Perez, I always bugged him. I was always like, hey, how you do this? And he's like,
no
sabes.
Please stop.
He's like, no sabes, right?
But yeah, man, ask questions. I'm more. We've talked about it on here, but even if you when you meet like people that do mariachi professionally, like for a living, or the big groups, most of them will answer your questions at least. Like
they'll try their best because they're not. I mean, they're not teachers either. They're just trying to kind of work. So like, they'll try their best to explain it to you. And they'll more than likely just play it for you.
But that's something. You know what I mean? That's an interaction. And it could help you out big time when someone could just explain it or play it for you. That helps out a lot. So ask questions and just try to give it a couple years. You know what I mean? Don't just take a year and be like, I hate this. Like give it like a year or two, or like two years at least. And then if you really don't like it after that or whatever, you can get out of it, look for something else. But give it a chance and then see how much you'll really like it. Yeah, I think that's what I say.
Yeah,
it's a good thing. Okay, Misael_4 says, "What's y'all's top 5 songs you like and don't like to play at gigs?"
Oh shit.
So go with top 5 real quick off the top of your head.
Top 5. I mean, I like all songs, to be honest. They're all like, but for the
Top
most
5
part,
songs.
I just like to play songs.
Okay, top 5.
Like I enjoy playing like La Vaquilla, Relámpago, Pasajero, Las Olas, El Cuatro.
El Cuatro. Okay.
Huh.
5 you don't like at all.
I mean, there's no really bad songs. There's songs
Top of your head.
that I am tired of. El Mariachi Loco. That's it. Oh, maybe Las Mañanitas, just because we play it.
It does get annoying. It can get annoying.
I think that's enough for me. I mean, I like playing all the songs. I don't really. You can't hate a song,
Yeah, you can.
I mean, you can get tired of it, but you can't hate it just because it's like a song. You know what I mean? You can get tired of playing it because you keep hearing it over and over. You have no choice but to do it. But come out as far as hating it, like, why would you hate a song?
You just don't like the way it sounds. You don't like the way it was played.
How does that make sense? Well,
because you just
the
don't
way
like
it's played, that's more of the player's fault.
But you could just not like a song. That's possible. You're saying you like every song.
I'm not saying I don't hate them.
All right, then for me, what's y'all's top 5 songs to play? I love playing La Negra, especially like with a whole bunch of people, like a jab session type setting. Like it's just a song that hypes me up. Anything Jose Alfredo, but like just in general, Te Solté la Rienda is such a good song. That's such a well written and played song. Man, I'm going slower than you are. Oh, you know what songs I really like? That I really like from Javier Solís, Renunciación. I really like that song. I guess I'll just go by artist now. I'll go with the one my wife likes. She likes Millón de Primaveras. I really like that song too. And what's a bolero?
Bolero?
Yeah.
There's I don't know. For me, boleros, I just heard one called 100,000 cosas.
Oh, I like A Pesar de Todo. That's a good song.
Okay.
I really like that
there
song. Songs I don't like. Mariachi Loco.
Right.
Mariachi Loco. Mariachi Loco, Mariachi Loco, and Mariachi Loco.
Yeah, it's like 5 versions of Mariachi Loco, so that makes sense.
All the versions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, which is
that was pretty good. And then, okay, what do we have here? Oh shit. XVCI says, what's y'all's worst traje malfunction? We kind of already talked about this, but I'll say it again. It was like in episode 2, I think. My zipper came down during a gig, and I did not realize it like at all. So my wing was out during the whole gig. Something like that. I think worst.
Yeah, my zipper broke one time too. That's
as dudes, you gotta. Oh, mate, even girls though too.
Well, theirs is in the back.
But even
don't
then,
they have like a belt to keep it together?
Yeah, but it would still open up a good amount, right? I would think that's embarrassing.
It just depends how it fits you. Like if it's a tight fit, then maybe you should worry. Or if I lose fit. No, I don't know. But I guess so.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure I might have a malfunction soon though.
Why?
Because I can feel it in my pants. Like in my pants.
Oh, they're feeling tight?
You can see a thread.
Ooh,
Like the what's
tight.
keeping it together.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
Okay. Let's just go to a confession. Well, there's more of a question too. What's your favorite instrument? Out of all instruments, it's got to be viola, dude. That's just my favorite instrument. They have so much swag, bro. To be honest, like even guitarrones too. I think it's just a thing. Like all violins look the same. It's kind of boring.
True.
Like vihuelas, you can design everything about it. Everybody's got like a different. It's like honestly, it reminds me of shoe culture.
Shoe culture.
You know, like how people collect shoes and they buy different variants, and you know they don't have the. I mean, vihuelas and shoes are different, and there's no like drops or anything like that where you buy like.
It kind of is.
But like everybody gets one, and it's like people get hyped when you show them their vihuela. Like, oh, dude, that's nice, bro. Like that's exactly what shoe heads sound like.
Or like muscle cars, like those car meets.
Yeah, same thing. They get all together. I mean. They don't all get together. Hey, bro, here's my vihuela. It's more like when you see one, you're like, oh, it's yeah. You know what? It's like when you see an old guy at the pump and he's got like a 1967 Ford Mustang and it's all nice and souped up, and then a guy comes up, hey, real nice car, and he's like, oh yeah, I've had her for like 40 years. She's a real good purdy.
She's like original stuff.
Original,
like,
everything, and that's basically what the vihuelas. You know, oh, it's Roberto Morales, dude. Freaking 1986. It's real nice, dude. It's all original. Like it's exactly what they sound like. It's kind of cool. For me, favorite instrument would be vihuelas. It just has such a cool vibe, and guitarrones is not far back too. I love guitarrones too. That's what I'm saying. But like for me, like guitarrones are my second.
This will be muscle cars and like. Guitars will be like
trucks.
Like trucks.
Yeah, big old trucks, lifted trucks and shit. Yeah, okay. And then you, favorite instrument?
I would just say harp, just because I mean.
Yeah, it's a very sexy instrument.
What?
It's very sexy.
I can do a lot of stuff with it. Yeah. Like once in a while, like they're like a song. I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh. So that's fun. Next.
And then let's go to confession. When I am late to a gig and say I'm down the road, I'm not even close to the gig.
That makes me so mad on so many levels. No, because
I mean, when I say I'm close, I am close. Like I won't say I'm close and I'm like 40 minutes away. I have heard of people like that. They're all like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna llego," and it's like an hour. No mames, dude. Like if I say I'm close, I'm gonna be there in the next like 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah. No, I remember this one guy once. He was like the boss.
Yeah.
I asked him like, "¿Qué on?" He's like, "Ya llegamos." And I'm like, "But on that," and he's like, "Well, where are you parked?" He's like, "Vamos en camino." I'm like, "Motherfucker!" Like, see or no? Like you're here, you're not. You know? Like I always say that. I'm like,
it's so like it's like honest. Just tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Like if I'm really late, I usually tell you guys. I'm like, hey, like something happened or I left late, so you know. But I'm almost there. I'm on my way. But like, yeah, motherfuckers are down the street, bro, and it's like 20 minutes away. Like, that's not down the street. Do you know what?
The freeway, bro.
Do you know what down the street means? Like, do you really know what it means? You
I
know?
should be able to see you.
Yeah, that's what down the street means. You're down the street, you know.
Yeah, that shit makes me mad.
Anyway, last one. They asked, or this is a confession, but have you ever wanted to say something on the pod about someone and then remember they listened to the pod and that they might hear it? I'm like, yeah, my wife.
Whoa.
She's gonna be like, so who's that or what? I'm like, nobody, babe.
It's a friend.
I love you. No. Well, you can't. We try to get everybody's consent before we talk about that. That's kind of what we talked about Arturo that one time. We called him up. Hey, can we tell people you're drunk? And he's like, what day? That's funny.
With his wife next to him.
But we usually like ask him, hey, like you might come up on the pod. There are sometimes too that there are things we see we can't say because it's maybe we should get an OnlyFans. And it's like unfiltered CharroBeans.
It doesn't have to be OnlyFans. It can be like Patreon.
Oh, Patreon. Yeah.
Still, wait, what are you thinking about?
I'm like, we got to get viewers somehow, bro. We lose viewers.
Yeah. Disrespect.
Hey, that's actually something I've been interested in. Would you guys want a Patreon? I'm going to ask them directly. Would you guys want a Patreon with CharroBeans unfiltered and uncensored.
And it can be rated R. Rated R means I can say fuck.
Excuse
You
you?
have to bleep that out.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to bleep it out. No, but I've thought about that. One where we get an extra episode a week or something like that, and it's like
Maybe like a 30-minute thing, just like a rant.
And we'll fully talk about everything on there, but you gotta pay to watch. $1. But would you guys be interested in that? CharroBeans Patreon? You guys let us know. I think it'd be a good idea. There's been some stuff that we want to talk about. Sometimes we can't, not everybody it can be readily available to everybody. You got to pay for some of the unfiltered stuff. I think it'd be a good idea.
Because there is some stuff that we don't talk about.
Yeah, sometimes we can't say it, yeah.
Because one would be, it would be too much drama.
Yeah.
And the one that's more important to me is like, it's not our business, you know?
Yeah, true.
It's like, and if we say it, we'll end some relationships. I feel.
Oh shit!
You know?
Nah, but yeah, I mean, it would be like uncensored. We can just say what we want to say in some way. That'd be cool.
You know what's cool right now? Like if you could say what you would say to that person, but you don't have to say who it is.
Wait, say it again.
Like, cause they're like something you would want to say, but you can't. But
okay,
what if you say it, but you don't say their name?
What about it?
Would you do that right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
No, there's no time.
You
gotta sign up for the Patreon.
I'm I could do it. I'll be like, stop being a hoe. That's it. You don't know who it is, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
People in the group are like, I know exactly who it is.
Yeah. No, yeah. Just I guess that's it.
Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna go eat now.
Yeah, we go eat after the pod because we're fucking starving at the end of the day. But thank you guys for coming back every week. If you made it this far, I appreciate you listening every week. Or if you're like on episode 30, that's fine too, as long as you guys are listening. We appreciate you guys. We're trying to get some more guests on here for you guys, get some more experiences for you guys. Keep coming back. That's all I can tell you guys. Please keep coming back. New merch coming soon.
I'm like, if I translate Sammy, I'm like, síganse viniendo.
Exactly. So you guys take it easy. We will see you guys next week.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Don't get rained on.
See y'all next week.
See you guys next week. Peace.